Hello guys, welcome to Anime Feed. Anime heroes are often regarded with respect for the positive qualities they embody. Most of them struggle for a noble goal, whether to become the strongest of their people or simply to protect their loved ones. However, the challenges they face are severe, and it is not impossible for one to lose oneself under pressure, whether by their own will or by a cunning outside force. By identifying instances where heroes have lost control, we can better appreciate their values, what it takes to detonate them, and the strength of their determination. So now in this video we will show you the top 10 anime fights where the main character loses control. In number 10, we have Mob vs. Teru from Mob Psycho 100. Teru was introduced as an antagonist in Mob Psycho 100, who overestimated his Esper abilities. Mob insisted that Teru should not use his psychic powers to hurt others, but the latter challenged the former for a duel and started fighting. Even though Mob didn't lay a finger on Teru, the latter kept fighting on a rampage. However, when Mob awakened his percent state, it was probably one of Teru's worst nightmares. In this state, Mob engulfed the entire campus in his wrath. Whilst Teru was begging him to stop and even took a vow amidst the fight that he would never use his powers to hurt others. And in number 9, we have Rin vs. Amaimon from Blue Exorcist. As the son of Satan, Rin has access to his father's demonic flames which are sealed within the demon-slaying sword Kurakara, and by unsheathing it, Rin can use the full power of his blue flames. But prolonged use of blue flames puts him at risk of being consumed by his own power. During his second confrontation with the Demon King Amaimon, Rin unleashes his flames to save his classmates. Unfortunately, his power overwhelms him, turning him feral and causing him to lash out and incinerate his surroundings. While Rin has taken steps to control this side of himself, there are times when he can't.
So come to your senses before... Hey, are you even listening to me? You only get 4 chances!
And in number 8, we have Shinra vs. Arthur from Fire Force. The first pillar was a malevolent entity that had some semblance of control over Shinra's body. Through possessing him, she was able to play off the insecurities he had grown since his childhood for his monstrous smile and the mysterious circumstances surrounding his family's death. In his rage, he attacked one of the fire stations and was nearly able to kill their Adola-obsessed commander. Only Arthur's stolid intervention and surprisingly even disposition were enough to bring him back from the brink of committing an irredeemable atrocity.
It's what heroes do!
That's right, burn him to death!
In number 7, we have Tuma and Gunna vs. Masaka from Toru Kagaku no Railgun. The attempts to turn Masaka into the first level 6 Esper resulted in her taking on an entirely new form that was about to lay waste to everything. It took the main character of Index in Kamijo Tuma and a powerful level 5 Esper in Sogita Gunna to be capable of doing anything to her. Gunna's incredible strength helped Tuma get close enough to touch Masaka with his Imagine Breaker, which can cancel any ability. But even that didn't stop her from powering up. In the end, it was Tuma summoning dragons after his arm was blown off that were able to break her magic down and allow Tuma to wake her up. And in number 6, we have Kaneki vs. Jason from Tokyo Ghoul. This battle is one of the best battles that viewers will not forget for their lives. This fight was released on September 19, 2014, after Kaneki was tortured by Jason. It's an intense revenge plot in a few episodes, but due to the build-up of this arc, it feels like a natural progression of things. Kaneki's recent match with Jason made this anime one of the most legendary. It's well designed and partially renovated, and the use of the opening soundtrack makes the scene very satisfying to watch. In number 5, we have Asta vs Ladros from Black Clover. Although it's not the most impressive fight in terms of where it takes place and what it means for the story as a whole, but this is where the anime truly shines. The string of episodes leading into this fight featured a berserk Asta that the staff behind the series was clearly experimenting with, and while the anime has had impressive animated sequences long before this was a fight where it seemed like the team went for broke. A real kitchen sink approach that saw the most fluid character models in the series to date. It led to quite the impressive fight with a vibe that has yet to be replicated. And in number 4, we have Meliodas vs Helbram from Nanatsu no Taizai. We had been given hints as to the truth regarding Meliodas' demonic side here and there, but this was where we got a front row seat to its grand reveal. After freeing himself from the goddess Amber, the captain of the Sins lets his inner darkness out the bag, turning into an emotionless engine of destruction, one that managed to put this veteran holy knight through his paces. With his new magical ligaments tearing apart everything in sight, it's clear that without his magical defense, Helbram would have been torn to pieces in seconds. And in number 3, we have Ichigo vs Ulquiorra from Bleach. Ulquiorra is one of the more powerful Arankars that Ichigo has to fight with while trying to rescue Orihime. However, this battle doesn't go as expected, with Ulquiorra constantly beating the crap out of Ichigo time and time again. However, after being blasted with Acero Escuras at point-blank range, Ichigo's wounds force him to transform into a powerful hollow-fied human who absolutely pummels Ulquiorra to the ground. The fight ends with Ulquiorra almost being blasted full force with Acero, only for Uryu to try and bring Ichigo back to his senses. And in number 2, we have Gon vs Neferpitou from Hunter x Hunter. This scene can only roughly be called a fight. While any good fight assumes some exchange between its competitors, the clash between Gon and Neferpitou was purely one-sided. Gon had been looking to avenge Kite throughout the Chimera Ant arc. However, he received a slight glimmer of hope when he discovered that Pitou might be able to resurrect him. When he found out the contrary, something within him just snapped. Neferpitou tried to take advantage of his confusion for a sneak attack, but Gon more than took her on as he succumbed to his nen. Sacrificing his very being for his hate, Gon turned into adult Gon and decimated Pitou. And in number 1, we have Naruto vs Pain from Naruto Shippuden. Naruto vs Pain carries a lot of emotional weight as it involves two of Jiraiya's students fighting for their respective ideals. It was more than a clash of fists, it was a clash of philosophies, and it was Jiraiya's past versus present. The level of animation in this fight was outstanding, and it's among the best animated fights in the series. Naruto's entry atop the Toad remains an iconic scene even after several years.